I'm getting the right amount of hose.
So it would go bing, bing, bada, bing, 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 bada, boom, bing, bing, bing. So we would know. X is logged in.
Yeah, you should record that.
Everything's recorded on this stream, man.
Oh, yeah?
They're listening, man. They're listening to the stream, man. They're listening to what we're saying. Can't you hear? Can't you hear the noise?
Bad time to do a show.
Why is that?
Is Battlefield 6 releases in 1 minute.
Oh, what is Battlefield? Why would it release it 2 minutes after 10?
It's a 10. So
it's released. Battlefield 6 released. Everybody.
It's totally released now.
Do people have to download this now? Is all of their bandwidth going to be going away?
Yeah.
Gene's going to be like for the rest of the show.
Uh-huh.
Like nothing. He's not totally engrossed in something other than the show. Well, that makes sense now. Because I have.
Well, I mean, I downloading is it's all downloaded, all right. It's like 72 gigabytes.
Damn. Remember the good old days where you have to go into a store and get DVDs and discs but I think I was right.
When you had to go get floppy disks.
Oh man. And then there was like 48 floppy disks, and of course floppy disk 47 failed.
Oh, that's always fun.
Oh man, it was horrible.
That was when they first got you into pirating, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like, God damn it, my disc is broken. I wonder if there's anything online.
But there was no online. That was the sad.
Yeah, there were bulletin boards.
Well, true. There were bulletin boards. Not what people think of as online now. But yeah, that was the 5 1/4 inch magnetic discs that, they're only one-sided, unless you had a hole punch.
Yeah, exactly.
The ultimate in technology fuckery.
Or you could pay more and have a little square hole.
True. You could pay more and it would cut it square. Or you could buy the discs as double-sided, and they were all exactly the same. It was just a question of the certification, which meant nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they were the same, but they were tested on both sides if you paid for both sides.
True. And for today's show, I don't know why, but in the live tag, I just added the show for those with nothing else to do. So I guess this is kind of
nice.
Gene comes in with, no, I got a video game today, man. There's video games. There's Battlefield 6. And I mean, I'm very excited about Battlefield 6, considering I missed Battlefield 1 through 5.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, it's not quite a Taylor Swift release. Now that's excitement. And I think that I hit on it. And I was glad that you gave me the feedback saying that you thought I was right. That the album, I kept flashing back.
Yeah.
To the ninth.
It's the first one that I liked.
See? Well, no, you liked one of the other ones, but it's been a while.
But it's the whole album I like.
And it's because of that. I kept flashing back. My sister was into ice skating, so I spent a lot of time at the ice skating rink. I got dragged along when she was doing her practices and the competitions and all that other stuff. And like the jukebox, I distinctly remember the sounds of so many songs. I might not even be able to tell you exactly what songs they were, but this album from start to finish, I kept flashing back.
It's a total ripoff, I know.
It's a homage, but here's the thing I'm wondering. How many of the people that are listening,
with AI, clearly,
well, how many people listening know that it is an homage to the 70s and very early 80s sound? And it's if really at this point, you and I could be expert songwriters because we just go rip off the shit that was popular when we were kids. And the new kids are like, we never heard this before. This is great.
Not only that, they're going to claim ownership.
True. This is our sound.
I have watched a video like that it was actually a black kid and like a black grandfather, where the black kid's telling his granddad was like, this great music you should check out. and it's obvious. It's stuff in the last year too.
It's like James Brown.
Right. It's like somebody. No. It's like some modern band,
right?
But then they're performing a cover of like a James Brown song.
Like
and
you've never.
Grandpa like pulls up the original, and the kid's got his mouth open, like what?
How'd that happen?
And there's like 5 songs in a row like that they did that were all like hits of Motown back in the 60s and 70s that are modern covers.
Back before AI was writing songs.
Man, AI is so good now.
You're the only one that thinks it can write good songs.
Amazing music. Because people don't listen to it. I'm the only one who's actually listening to it.
And you're pushing it forward.
So good now, man. Every element of a singer, it's figured out how to replicate now.
Well, that
the
I
breathing,
believe.
Even the irregularities at the beginning and the end of the notes,
which you have to have.
It's all the imperfections. That's what makes it good.
Well, and that's the beauty of it. And there's a guy named Phil, he spells it funny, that when people send him live performances by people, he puts it through all of the meters and he tracks the vocals and he shows the ones that are obviously pitch corrected. The beauty of it would be, yes, a pitch corrector that isn't precise. I don't know why nobody's invented this yet for these singers. Because then it could look like you're really good, but you're not perfect. And you don't need to be perfect. Once you're perfect, they know you're faking.
Yeah.
Because nobody hits it.
I predict that there will be a point where somebody will consider AI music be better than any human music for that exact reason, is that AI will be able to make it sound more real the way that music used to be done before all the pitch correctors, whereas all the human stuff goes through a flurry of instruments these days.
Well, a flurry of processing, and I like watching Rick Beato's videos. Not all the time.
Great.
But when he breaks down some of these newer tracks, so it'll be fun to see what he thinks of the Taylor album. But he talks about how there's if not hundreds of tracks that are being mixed together to get these sounds now, which is insane when you think about going back to the beginning of rock and roll, when Elvis and his band would they're in the same room playing at the same time, mixed on the fly. Now you've got we've got 8,000 tracks that were all just, you have to be a professional to mix this kind of stuff and make it sound good. That's the biggest skill right now in music, I think, is being able to make the over-processed schlock actually sound good.
Well, AI doesn't think that Rick Beato likes Taylor Swift.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. But he's coming down to your side on the AI. It seems he's getting a little bit more. But I need to play with the AI music.
Video with him with a complete grin on his face, listening to AI, going, "This is so good."
Like I don't want to like it. I really, it should suck. I should be able to tell you that's not a real meat bag. But I do, because it sounds so spot on.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing what you said, even with the text to speech models.
Yeah.
Which is they're adding in what seems like the correct pauses. They're adding in a little bit of breath noise. They're adding in all sorts of different sounds that make it way more realistic. And there's no reason they shouldn't. I mean, they have so much to be trained on.
Dude, the first text-to-speech program I wrote was in 1987.
So that's after Professor Falcon was asked if he wanted to play a game.
That was after that. This was basically the voice that Stephen Hawking uses.
Right. Yeah, everybody knows what are you doing? Would you like to sit on my lap?
One that took that as the bass voice and then tweaked it to add more melodic sounds to it in '87. So it's a hell of a long time ago. And my dad right now is been writing code and getting a better sounding Russian text to speech done.
Well, and that is a trick because it's all depending on what languages that it is
trained on.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of English and Chinese seem to be the big ones.
Well, that's because English is pretty easy.
Yeah.
English is one of the hardest languages to learn, but it's actually fairly easy from a text to speech perspective because of the way that words are spelled. Whereas in Russian, a word can be spelled the same way, but the way that you say it will change the meaning.
Yes. Well, and that's one of the things that
whereas in English, like there and there sound the same, but they're spelled differently.
Correct. Well, this is also where these AI dudes that make videos about this stuff have understood using words that are spelled the same but are pronounced differently to see how well it understands the context, to know if you're going to say, you know, I can't think of an example at this point, but there are words that, otherwise are spelled, and you're like, in this, you'll say it's wind. In this side, you'll say it's wow, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting thing, I guess, would be that it's taking the text first and running it through a process that it's trying to understand the meaning of it. So it knows which word to use in context. It's not just taking one word at a time and tackling the text to speech that way. It's first doing something to try to at least comprehend sentence by sentence what is in there, which makes for some interesting text to speech creation. Sometimes it gets it right. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you just have to hit render again and you get a better result. But it's very interesting. Hopefully the links that I sent you were useful. Those are the ones that are still the most interesting to me. Chatterbox is still on the Mac anyway. The best overall if you need to create something that will probably fool people. And I've tested it out, which is even more fun. You test it out. You go into a Discord server or something like that, and you just pretend you're talking. And the amount of people that believe this shit, it's hilarious. I should do a whole show just based on that. But it is excellent. The next one would be the one Index Text to Speech, I think it was called, that gives you these sliders like, oh, you got happy, you got sad, you got angry, you got shocked. And it tries to put the voice into that mode, and it does a decent job. It's not perfect, but it definitely allows you, if you're trying to get a really angry, like, oh, fuck you, Gene, then you can take that anger slider and move it up to the right. And if by default, the thing is just saying, hey, fuck you, Gene, it will then add.
By the way,
yeah,
you have an interesting pattern for your voice when you're doing random thoughts.
What kind of a pattern?
I was listening to Random Thoughts.
As everyone should. As everyone should. RANDUMB thoughts.com.
Yeah. And then I realized I was late for something, so I hopped in the shower while I was listening to it.
I mean, most people do like to listen to my shows while they're in the shower.
I know, right? And in the shower, because of the water noise, it was hard to really hear everything, but you would sort of talk, because they were talk. And that's why they do that. And talk. Like you have these sections where you're clearly pissed off and trying to make a point where you both slow down your speech and ramp up the volume of it to emphasize. But it was really weird because I'd never noticed that before in listening to your show. But it was super obvious when listening in a noisy environment.
Interesting. I'll have to ask AI what they make of it.
I think you could probably isolate that by setting up a very custom noise gate that doesn't completely block out the noise, but just simply lowers the volume of any noise like below 10 or 12 hertz, or not even, probably below like 5 hertz.
Right. Instead of a noise
that
gate.
ramps up or even just leaves alone noise above 5 hertz.
Right. Just a
Kind of
limiter.
like an inverse noise gate.
Yes. They have those.
Yeah.
It is
and
a
then you
performance.
can isolate just that bit of your, but it was interesting because it was about every 3 or 4 minutes that you had something like that.
Well, you got to keep people engaged, and you can't just be monotone, but you don't want to be yelling at them all the time. So
No, not all the time, just every 3 to 5 minutes.
Right. You got to take them on that roller coaster ride.
Mm-hmm.
And I did want to mention, too, I don't know, I did not hear the episode, to be fair, of the latest, I'm guessing, Just Two Good Old Boys.
Yep.
But it was on the stream, and there was a discussion that made the legendary Void Zero say, and I quote, "This show is too vulgar for the stream." And I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, what's on?
Was it, I don't think we were ever vulgar. It might have been overly highly talking about sexual topics.
That was it. He's like, Do you really have to describe every detail of what would make you a homosexual, considered a homosexual?
Oh, that was the topic of conversation, you know?
Like, what's the bar? I mean, do you have to X, Y? I'm like, okay, I get it.
I mean, to be fair, what I was doing is I was recollecting an appearance on somebody else's podcast where that was the topic, and I was laughing while describing the conversation where a guy is basically trying to make a point to say that it's not gay to suck another guy's cock if you're doing it when your wife is there.
This is some very interesting logic that is...
I mean, I get this is... I was on a podcast as a guest. This was the topic that... well, this wasn't the topic, but this was the explanation one of the other guests was providing. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that makes you gay, or at least bi.
Yeah, I do think by classification that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ned says still totally gay. Yeah, I mean, there's very little argument I think that you can make for that. So I just thought that was kind of humorous. I'm like, finally a show too hot, too caliente for the Mighty No Agenda stream.
Uh-huh.
And it's only, you have to go listen to Just Two Good Old Boys.
What? He doesn't like freedom of speech? Is that it? Ah, that figures.
He's like, my little ones were around.
His dog?
His children. He's got 2 kids, like 5 and 7 or so.
What?
Yeah. Void Zero, you didn't know he has
kids.
I know. It's still amazing to me.
There's no way. I don't buy it.
Time flies when you're having fun.
What the hell? Our 5-year-olds aren't going to know what I'm talking about anyway.
They might start asking questions. Hey,
they might. That's true.
Dad, what does it mean to...
What's gay?
Right. Very happy, very happy.
Well, there's a lot of things that are gay in this world.
It would take too long to explain everything that may be gay and may not be gay.
Well, I've run into the first hiccup with Battlefield here.
Oh, no. Does it not run on your 80-inch monitor?
It doesn't want to run.
Well, download
I have to already look up why doesn't Battlefield want to run, and then somebody says, oh, well, you have to go to installer and right-click this and hit repair. And
repairing and install. This is the problem.
What I figured out is you had to reboot.
What world do you have to reboot after installing a game?
Because it installs a bootloader for you so that you don't cheat.
Oh, for your convenience, obviously.
Well, I don't mind this. A lot of people are bitching about, I'm not putting on a game that installs something that loads pre-Windows on it. I don't have a problem with that. I'm like, you know what? If I can't trust a video game developer,
who can you trust?
What am I doing in this world?
Could be totally gay.
I mean, they probably are, but no, this version of the game is very not gay. This is why I was so impressed in the beta, is this version was actually pretty non-gay.
Gene's a beta? Is that what I heard? I'm sure he's running Windows 11.
It's out of beta. It's released now.
You're running Windows 11, I'm sure, right? You're a good
No, Windows 10. Are you kidding? No real gamer runs Windows 11. Windows 10 all the way.
But didn't Windows 10, was yesterday or today the date that they were allegedly stopping the updates?
Yeah, allegedly.
Which means I really now
70% of the user base is running Windows 10.
I know. What I need to do, but because my wife's now fully on the Mac Mini, I'm fully on the Mac Studio. My parents are on a Mac Mini. I still have
your Windows.
3 Windows machines running here. So all I really want to do now is buy an external hard drive, copy all of those files over, and then turn those machines off.
Damn straight.
And then put Linux on one of them.
I am currently 436,600th in the queue position for a server.
That was going to be your ranking. Or is that to get on a live game, or is that to download?
On the server. I'm in the game. Game's running. I'm 430,000th in line.
Well, that should only take
by the time the show's over, I should be in a game.
You mean by the show being over next week, you might be in the game.
Well, they've got more than one server, dude, but it seems like the game got released 21 minutes ago and everyone's trying to log in. It's crazy.
How many people took off from work today? Like it's Battlefield 6, man.
Everybody I know is not working today.
Well, you don't normally work, so
I only know people like you.
Right, this is podcasters and perverts. There's the Venn diagram between podcasters and perverts. It just turns out same group.
Amazing.
It's funny how that works.
Amazing. I'm actually kind of surprised that that episode was already in rotation because I just uploaded it like 1 a.m.
Well, that was the other day. So, I mean, that was it. Because it wasn't live.
No, obviously.
Like this, I didn't think anybody'd give you the keys to that.
No, I didn't either.
They're like, no, we don't know, Gene. We don't know why your password's not working. We'll look into that though. Get back to us in 6 months. That's how it works on Just Two Gay Old Boys, the greatest show.
Boys, yeah, right.
Now, see, there's a good meme. That would be funny. Now I'm like, I might want to listen to the show
we just call
to see.
It Gob, don't we?
Yeah, you may as well. I'm not using that for grumpy old Bend. People are like, we need a tech show again. I'm like, tech is dead.
Yeah, tech is not really a thing. I mean, if you look at even like Linus Tech Tips, most of the tips are not about tech.
No, he was pissed off about something. He's talking about buying a house that he can flip and turn into some tech house and keep it for a couple of years. He's going in some interesting ways. But I mean, a lot of the stuff he's talking about now. He got
rid of his couple of his employees that like cars.
I did see that they were like launching their own channel. I didn't watch the videos enough to know. It seemed like it was a amicable thing. Like, we want to go do this.
It was fairly amicable. He ended up letting them be fired so they could collect unemployment.
Which is nice when you think about it.
Nice of him. Yeah, because otherwise they would have just quit. So this way they actually get some money out of it.
Those crazy Canadians.
I don't understand is, I mean, okay, they're going off to do car shows, but at the end of the car show video, the guy says, and yeah, I still like tech, so we're going to do tech reviews starting with next month. Like, oh, that may get you a lawsuit.
If there was some kind of NDA.
There was a non-compete.
Yeah, non-compete, rather.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, we got this non-compete, but it's all good.
But a lot of it lately has been Linus testing out a couple of the 165-inch televisions, which, it's kind of fun to see, but I'm never buying one.
I mean, it's basically the show is just at this point Linus shopping for his house.
Yes.
That's about it. Like, let's see if I can get some free shit.
Which he does plenty of, because if he talks about it, obviously it gets people to purchase no matter what he seems to say about it. Every now and then they do look at computers and that kind of thing, but not as much as they used to. But I'm not sure that is even a platform anymore. It's everybody talks about the phones and the tablets, maybe. And then it's all AI talk, and the AI stuff has
the
become...
servers are currently at max capacity.
That's a surprise.
In a queue. You'll be connected to on-site services.
Wait, is that still
available?
Are you still on the Battlefield one? Or
yeah,
are you
I said, I'm going to leave it alone so that by the time the show's over, I can be actually in the game.
I thought maybe we were looking at the screen for OnlyFans if you were in the queue for that.
No, they have sufficient servers.
It's amazing, isn't it, when it comes to porn?
Oh, yeah. The number one buyer of tech, porn.
The
thing driving the 3D glasses market. Porn.
Right. Well, and the thing driving VPNs in areas that have gone to age verification.
Porn. If it wasn't for porn, the whole economy would have collapsed a long time ago.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Let that sink in.
Was it Arizona and Texas, I think, had laws with the porn verification, and they're like, all of a sudden, VPN use skyrockets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is because
ban those things.
You can't get... they're going to try to ban VPNs eventually. You can see that writing on the wall.
UK has banned VPNs.
Well, the UK is in a total state of fuckery at this point. They really are.
They are a caliphate as far as I'm concerned. I think UK's lost. We're not going to get it back.
No, they're...
next James Bond will be wearing one of those Arab headpieces.
Did you see... Now, I'm just going by things on social media from people that I believe are telling the truth. It could all be wrong. They were posting the thumbnails that Amazon is using, who now owns James Bond, for the classic movies.
Yeah.
They have used AI, I'm guessing, to remove the guns from the images.
That figures.
So all of these classic James Bond like movie posters, with him, whichever James Bond it is, they're almost usually posing with the gun. They got rid of the gun because bad.
Well, I'm sure they'll replace James Bond digitally with a trans female.
Probably. That'll be the next step.
Mm-hmm.
Although all of these platforms and all of these people that are producing the content should understand what happens. It's very clear to see, to me, taking Doctor Who as an example.
Oh, God.
People really loved it through Capaldi.
Doctor Who.
Uh-huh. And then you went to a chick, and then it's like, ooh, craters. And then they're like, oh, shit, that didn't work.
You remember that Mr. Bean actor dude, I forget his name, predicted all this.
I don't remember him doing that, but I believe he may have.
Back probably about 15 years ago, maybe even 20, but probably somewhere between 10 and 15. So pre-COVID, they did a BBC special. Ron Atkinson, that's the guy's name, where he played Doctor Who, and no, he didn't play Doctor Who. He played one of the characters in Doctor Who, and goddamn, who's the other guy? It was a fairly famous actor, played the Master. The guy that was last on Game of Thrones playing the evil priest.
I have never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
Oh my God, you still haven't?
No. It's in the queue.
Yeah, it's in the queue. But anyway, the doctor dies and then comes back as a chick, and it makes for hilarity.
Right, because nobody thought it could actually happen.
Because it's not supposed to happen. You don't switch sexes. That's like, you can look differently as a man, but a woman is not just a disguise for a man.
The other guy was Peter Dinklage.
No, not Peter Dinklage.
That's what NetNet says.
Is Peter Dinklage a fucking priest? No.
He might be.
So don't suggest Peter Dinklage. No.
It was
the priest guy. He was in for one whole season. He was the main antagonist of that season. He's a really good actor.
He did put the smiley in, so I'm guessing it was a troll, but that's...
Okay, it was obviously, yeah. Yeah. But I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head. He's a British actor. But
it's because they changed the game so completely.
Oh, he was also like the main character in the movie Brazil.
That's still not something I've seen. Now, was that the one with Michael Caine? Was that with Michael Caine? No, Brazil.
No.
What was the episode? What was the movie with Michael Caine where it was a tropical thing and he like banged a really hot young chick?
Like every movie he's been in?
Michael Caine's like, I'm only accepting roles.
Pretty much. Michael Caine was basically the original.
Gene, have you taken your B12 today?
No. Can you tell?
B12, Gene, B12 alert.
Damn it.
B12 alert.
Right now.
B12 alert. B12 alert.
I'm going to double dose my B12.
Oh, is that? Oh, I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
We're going to see.
Double dosing.
We're going to see what happens. Hopefully, Gene makes it to the end of the show.
Yeah, maybe.
Jonathan Price. That's without a smiley.
Yes, Jonathan Price. That's the guy. Yeah.
Thank you, Ned, for your unending quest for knowledge. Thank you for having a search engine or an AI.
Yeah. Thank you for typing things.
You think we might do it ourselves, but you'd be wrong.
I'm going to be double dosing all kinds of things today to play this game.
The
little double dose of little Cannonite Blue.
Ooh, is that different than methylene blue? What is Cannonite Blue?
No, that's the methylene blue with caffeine and nicotine.
Oh, well, that's better than smoking.
Yeah, it's way better. Taken in pill form.
Why wouldn't you?
I'll tell you what. It's the gamer's edge.
Oh, I get it. You're looking to get a little bit of a bump on your.
Gotta do bump.
Looking for your bump.
Can't do the white stuff anymore.
No, that would be bad.
Not like in the old gaming days.
Now, I wanted to mention, even though it came in for Planet Rage, and he probably doesn't listen to this show, Sir Cascadia suggested, because my wife's had a cough that's not going away, Mulene leaf drops with methylene blue micro.
Okay.
I'm like, I'd never heard of Mulene leaf drops. We ordered some from Amazon.
How do they taste?
We're getting it today. But Amazon, everything's slow this week because of, it's Prime Days.
Oh, yeah.
So everything's backed up.
There's some good deals out there. I haven't bought anything, but
now it's over. I avoided it. I know. I was thinking of buying the NAS, but none of the NASs that I wanted were on sale. The drives were, but I'm like, I'm still going to have to figure it out because I want large enough drives where I can buy like an 8-bay NAS and start with maybe 4 18 terabyte drives rather, and then continue to add on. And then I also have on the wish list. So everybody boost, support the show. I do want one of those NASs that I can keep locally up here that are only M2 drives. So everything's super duper fast for, so that would be the two things that I want to do. Get those, all the storage needs, and then maybe get rid of some of the older NAS devices.
It's too funny. I'm looking at the settings
for the game.
Keep interrupting for things like this, but so in the graphics quality modes, it has auto, low, medium, high, ultra, and overkill. That's an actual graphics mode.
Well, what graphics card are you running now? A 5090?
No, I'm running the same one I've had forever. The old 6950.
A what?
A 6950.
What's a 6950? Who makes that?
The Radeon.
That doesn't sound like one of their numbers.
It's been around for about 5 years, probably.
Interesting.
It was the top of the line Radeon 5 years ago. So now it's,
Well, now it's garbage.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why are you still running that card?
Because I still haven't found a reasonably priced 5900.
You need a 5090, man. You need one today. Somebody boost. Yeah. G needs a 5090.
It's there. I hear they've dropped to just over 2,000 now.
Wait, Amazon has the 6950 card for $1,249. What kind of what kind of fuckery is that? What was this when you bought it?
That is what I bought it 5 years ago. Yeah.
Damn.
is the fastest card from Radeon 5 years ago.
Now, how much difference is this than the 5090, which is
5090? Depending on the game, how optimized the game is, 5090 is going to be about double the speed of this thing.
Wow,
in terms of frame rate.
That's crazy. So PC gaming is still alive, just not in for the
PC
majority of
people. It's more alive than ever. It looks like they're finally going to get rid of Xbox and just incorporate it into PCs.
Really? Because I thought the console thing was
Xbox will be a program
to just run on a PC and
and then you'll be able to play any Xbox game on there.
Interesting. I mean, I guess they're not making a lot of money from the hardware, and they're like, why not just...
Well, the only reason they were making the hardware is to sell the games.
Which would make sense. They were selling the hardware probably for little or no margin and hoping they were going to make it up on the back end, and then people like, piracy, and then, oh, well.
Now, what they are coming out with, if all the rumors are true, is an Xbox Portable.
Ooh.
Which will be a handheld that can play all the Xbox games.
It's amazing the technology that they're getting to now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's now all the power in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Play anywhere, just not while you're driving, please.
Well, while your car is driving itself,
I hope you're not using the same CPU that's driving the car and playing the game. Uh-huh. You want to separate those two things out, kids.
It's pretty funny.
It is. But as far as, again, the tech world goes, I don't know what there is beyond hardware reviews of phones, basically, and tablets and AI news. I don't know what else there really is. There's not a whole lot going on. Medical?
Political.
Oh, political. Politics. Tech.
A lot of the channels that didn't used to do politics are now doing politics.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And it's also one of the reasons why the new dig.com already sucks ass.
Oh, really? I didn't even realize they relaunched it.
Well, they're in beta.
Okay.
But it is, I can send you an invite. I think I've got 2.
Yeah, why don't you do that? Is it all like Blue Sky now?
Yes. It is basically, I was going to say X, but it's basically a combination of X and Reddit. And they think that they're going to get people to, like in the good old days, for those of you that missed out on the original dig.com.
Oh, it's a pretty good idea. It was super basic, but it was a good idea.
Well, a lot of people took part because it was new and they would vote stories up or down.
And also, no one gave a shit about politics back then.
Exactly. It was not the climate that you have today.
No.
Where everything now is either, hate a Nazi. Says,
civil war.
It is all just insanity. I got what email did I they're one of these fucking sites too that's like, rather than having a simple username and password, it's, send us your email address and we'll send you a link. That I fucking hate. I'm like, I just want to stay logged in. I don't give a fuck whatever the fuck you're doing to be like, we'll send you a one-time passcode. One, that sucks. But back in the day, I digress, you at least had people that were taking part in the site, where now it seems like even though you have 35,000 people or something that were part of this beta, nobody's doing dick all because nobody wants to do the work. They just want everything to be provided for them. People are not going to fucking do what you think they're going to do, Kevin Rose. It's like the top story right now when I open it up is happy birthday, David Lee Roth.
Wow.
That's a great feed. 10 people have upped it and 4 people have commented. That's the number one thing. And they're trying to have leaderboards. The worst thing you could do is have leaderboards. Like, well, who posts the most? Because you know what people are going to post? Shit.
That's true.
Invite friends. Let's see. Dig is better with friends. Oh, man, I got 2. I'm generating 1. Okay, I'm copying the link and going to send it to Gene in the back channel.
All right.
Anybody in the troll room want a dig? You want to get a dig dug?
Dig dug?
If you want to get a dig dug, dig. I got one more to reveal. It's so exciting, man. Invite friends. 2 whole invites. I mean,
Wow, they give you a lot.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at it and you're like, what is this? Is one of those sites where you go to and you question the reason it exists, which is really bad for the longevity. If the users are like, okay, you're in late beta, and I still don't really understand what you want people to do here, what you're trying to do here. It's kind of a news aggregator. It's kind of not a news aggregator. And of course, everybody wants to argue about politics for every little story. And everybody's like, oh, you're a moron. It's like, well, yeah, it's the internet. That's kind of what the internet devolves into. And if it's already doing it in your small group of people that paid $5,
right?
Which I did because I'm like, hey, I wanted my name, man. I think it's cool. I'm just Darren. Nobody else can have that.
Nice. Darren at Dig.
Yeah, dig, Darren, dig, Darren, dig, Darren.
Digger Darren.
So, hey, I don't know what they're going to do over there. If you got friends list, they give you the Dig Daily. And the Dig Daily, it's funny because it's exactly what you and I talked about, which is an AI making a podcast about the biggest stories of the day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They took our idea
and stole it.
Just ripped it right away from us.
Uh-huh.
Kevin and Alex were in Chicago yesterday or 2 nights ago.
Of course they were.
I ain't going downtown. On a weeknight, too? We're like, fuck that.
Uh-huh.
Come on the weekends. But I'll be interested to see what you think of Dig, because I have looked at it a few times, and I still can't figure out why I would want to go to the site. So I'm trying to like it. I am. I'm like, this is like a Taylor Swift album, like the Tortured Poets department, where I'm like, I'm not really getting it. I'm not really digging it. I want to like it.
Right.
But I just can't get it over the hump to actually understand it and want to participate. We're like, again, the old Dig was fun.
What's the point?
Right? I can't figure out what the point is. Then they want to have communities, which, okay, so you're renaming subreddit community. It's like, congratulations. And I know it's because the one guy that was part of Reddit is partnered with them on this. So it's kind of like I left Reddit.
Reddit's going down, dude.
Oh, well, everything is.
No, I mean, they're going to literally go down because they're involved in the major lawsuit right now. That as part of this lawsuit, a whole bunch of data is going to be coming out, and it appears that Reddit has been deleting things.
Ooh.
Which you can't do if you're in the middle of a lawsuit.
Yeah, that's very bad, as you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you were just on the periphery of a lawsuit. They're like, we need all of your emails.
Yeah, literally. I'm not even involved in I'm a witness, right? So I'm being questioned, but I'm not neither the defendant nor the other side. And yeah, all my decades worth of emails from Gmail got sucked in to be reviewed as part of the record.
You're like, delete.
No, you can't.
I know.
You can't. And it doesn't matter anyway, because they can get it from Google, even if you delete them. So when you hit delete in Gmail,
it doesn't really
never deletes anything, ever.
There's always a
basically
backup.
2 levels of delete. One is where it just hides it, so it's not sitting in your inbox, it's sitting in your trash. And then the second where it hides it from your trash. But there is no such thing as an actual delete in Gmail.
I am curious, and I don't know.
Anything you've ever received can still be gotten with a court order.
Oh, yeah. Well, just like all of your text messages. Surprise, people.
Yeah.
For anybody that thinks
for Signal.
Well, correct. Using Signal
has and every person I talk with has a 30-day timeout.
Well, and this is where it was interesting that Signal's like, oh, we're offering backups. It's like, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some other ones that I think are secure, but you really need to do your homework on them. Don't use the SMS that comes with your phone. But here's a legal question, and I'm just came to mind whether anybody would know this. So I'm using Proton Mail, which is allegedly completely encrypted. So I don't know if anybody could be forced to give that account up. It's a little different than Google, who's like, yes, we'll give you whatever you want.
No, it's not different at all. It's exactly the same.
Now, my question would be, is there a legal separation at all for using aliases? So if the alias you used with this company was only the emails from that company, this is what they used as your email address, but you have like 50 other aliases that you're dealing with 50 other companies, would a court order handle like all of your emails, or would it literally be just those sent to this address that was
kind of both? They generally will do a blanket cover of like your email accounts, but for a certain period of time. But if they're not aware of a particular email account, then they're not going to obviously ask to get a copy of it. So there is, but also if they find out that you have another email account that you just never mentioned,
oops,
then there might be a much deeper probing of your asshole to be able to get that stuff.
Hello, Biden crime family.
I mean, honestly, like Hillary had a little private server going,
delete, flush it down the toilet.
But yeah, they get like, they will these days, they will ask for all the emails, all the text messages, all the voicemails. And as I found out during my deposition, also they wanted to have all the transcripts of all meetings and phone calls and conversations that were done by AI. So don't do transcripts.
But you said
that if you do a transcript, you will be asked for it. Here's another bonus tip for you.
Well, you're like, just don't even do
advice,
Zoom, right?
Basically legal advice.
Right.
If you have a conversation with a lawyer, you would think that that's protected, right? But only if that conversation is done on an old school device. The minute that you do it on Zoom, now there's a third party called Zoom that has access to that communication, and it's no longer protected as private and confidential.
You'd think lawyers would know that.
So, and lawyers don't, there are companies that provide the same service as Zoom, but with a legal, they're specifically to the legal industry that have controls in place to certify that conversation is private. But the way it works is, if you allowed something like AI, for example, to overhear or analyze your conversation, then it was no longer a private conversation. It was a public conversation, which the opposing legal team will request copies of.
So what you're saying
is, I deal with this quite a bit, where they wanted copies of transcripts of literally me talking to my lawyer.
Well, what you're saying is there's a big difference right now in using an online
the laws
service.
Have not caught up, is what I'm saying.
Well, there is a difference, I'm assuming, though, in using an online service like Descript to do your transcript, which then blows your privacy right out of the water.
Yep.
And using something like on the Mac, there's a program called Mac Whisper, which works really well, but it is all on your device to do the transcript. I'm assuming that does not blow up your privacy because you're not sending it to a third party. So
anything that is online would blow it up.
So do it locally, baby. That is the main thing.
You record like the way it's, the way these things are written is, well, if you use a recorder, like an old school recorder on a phone call to record your conversation with your lawyer for your personal reference, that's okay. But if you use a service, that's not okay.
I was quite amused by doing the transcript for the latest Random Thoughts, which you've talked about, on Mac Whisper, which uses a really big, large language model. I mean, there are different models, but I use the biggest, baddest. It's the slowest, but allegedly the most accurate. And it did seem to be more accurate.
And this is just text to, or speech to text.
Correct. But locally, so instead of using Adobe Premiere, which I'm guessing is going to the cloud, I could be wrong.
Yeah, obviously.
I was using Mac Whisper, which was local.
Yeah.
You can download different models from them.
Right.
And I was amused that there's one point in the episode where I start doing a different voice. It picked it up as a second speaker.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Like,
so you
damn.
got a career with speakering.
I'm like, this is good. So now it should have no problem determining me and you or me and Larry when you put the audio in. If I could just do a voice and it's like, oh, different speaker. It's like, that's pretty damn good. And it is slower. I'll give you that. It's slower, but I don't care about slower. I just want it to be accurate. If it takes a couple extra minutes to provide a transcript. And I have to really play with the different settings and the different things that the models that you can download to see how bad is the really quick one as opposed to the slowest one. But I've noticed things like it is way more apt to capitalize the things that are supposed to be capitalized. And it's the first that I have found will spell out RANDUMB correctly. All the other ones come up with weird words and they try to think I'm saying something. This is like the first one as far as a speech to text that is getting it like, oh, he's spelling the word. I get it. So that is impressive. Just that on its own is impressive to me. And I think it learns. Also interesting with names like Darren. You can spell Darren in a bunch of different ways. You can spell O'Neill in a bunch of different ways.
Darren didn't know how to spell.
I know. DARON, DARRON, DAREN, DARREN, DARIN. I mean, there's almost unlimited. And I don't know if it just learns, but it had the name correctly. I don't know if it's pulling this from anything else. But it overall was very impressive, the Mac Whisper, which the less you can do online, the better.
Right.
The more you can do locally. And I'm like, I need to push this machine. I mean, this machine is overkill for most things I do. So why not have it do this stuff locally? And for everybody that's like, oh, you really need Windows 11. I'm like, dude, I have 128 gig of unified RAM.
You definitely don't need Windows 11.
No,
the unified RAM thing is really cool because it kind of lets the Macs do something that the video cards can't do without spending crazy money. I think there is an NVIDIA card meant for doing AI, not for video games, and it's like 10 grand or something that has 128 gigs.
And I like the people over in China that are just soldering more memory onto like the 5090s. And hacking them that way. It's a very interesting time.
Yeah.
If the Apple would just start getting more accepted, the code, whatever they need to do. So that works pretty good. Video and photo could be sped up quite a bit because there's no comparison even there. You can do some of the photo stuff. That's fine. But like for video, man, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do a 5-second video? That will be 18 hours. Like, what? But I can export a 4K video in minutes. It's very interesting just to see how tied into the NVIDIA CUDA stuff, whatever NVIDIA's got in there, how the things are made specifically for that. And I think as more people, I think Apple putting some money into this would go a long way. It's like, dude, if you really want to sell more machines, have coders figure out how to make this way faster on your technology. Because people are moving to it in a big way for the the text language models, that is still fantastic. Being able to run those locally.
Yeah.
Instead of paying over and over and over. Although there is some kind of scam with Perplexity, and maybe scam is the wrong word. We talked when this thing launched. I'm like, oh, yeah, Xfinity gave me a code, kind of like it just gave you the dig one, for a year free of the $20 a month plan for Xfinity. And just the other day I noticed, and it has to be used by the end of the year, which is great because that's right when my year will be over for the first year. One of my credit cards. Oh, a free year of Perplexity. I'm like, fuck yeah. So I'll take another year and keep using it. So they're doing, either it's a sell-off game to Apple. They want to show that they've got X amount of users. There's something going on there.
Yeah, it's a user grab for sure.
That they're not really worried about people paying. They want the big user base, and then they're going to want to try to flip that to somebody else.
Yeah.
So look around. If you like the AI stuff, you can find a Perplexity code probably. And it's really one of the better ones I've continued to go to because it will access ChatGPT as well. So you can do pretty much everything you can with ChatGPT directly through Perplexity. You can either have it set for them to pick the best AI, or you can choose. And they've got the latest Claude models. They got the ChatGPT. They got Grok. They've got the Google Gemini.
They've got the Grok.
They got the Grok, man. So you can do it all directly through Perplexity, and it'll even do the image creation and stuff. So I don't know exactly what the limitations are, if any, but it's interesting when you see these third parties, because obviously Claude is selling access. Google is selling access to Gemini, and OpenAI is selling access to ChatGPT. So this company having all of them under their umbrella and then basically giving the shit away free. It's very weird. I don't know where the money's coming from. Obviously, they got billions of dollars to spend, and they're just, and there's some kind of play here, but it's interesting. Where are you at, Gene? Battlefield. What were you? Did you get to the server yet? Are we any closer?
I got to the server. So here's a goofy thing that nobody likes. So their models, for the player models, half of them are female.
Oh, are they attractive females or are they woke?
Well, you can't tell because they're covered up with shit. But but
women should never be covered up with shit.
The ponytail's sticking out, and you can't change the sex of your model.
What?
Yeah, you're stuck playing as a chick.
No,
they're promoting trans gaming.
No, they're saying you can't trans.
Well, yeah,
you are what you are assigned at game birth.
You are, yeah, you're assigned chick at game birth. You know, there was a game that did that, and I thought it was so stupid. Rust. Have you heard of the game Rust?
I do not believe so.
Okay. It's a game that is a survival thing on an island deal, but it's a multiplayer, and it's well known for brutality and how you just get killed and lose everything.
Like real life.
Yeah, just like real life. But in that game, you literally are assigned male or female upon creation of your character account. And that's it.
You don't get a choice. You don't get a choice.
You don't get a choice. You're a chick now. Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay. The player base is probably, conservatively speaking, 99% men.
Yeah. Yeah. For video games. Yeah. That.
And in the game,
maybe 80.
You're a chick. So in playing Gray Zone, the game that I've talked about that I've been playing for a while, it has in-game talking, right? Communication. And you can, with almost absolute certainty, come up to any character and know that it's a male. Because when you start talking to them, they all sound like
dudes.
Just what you'd expect.
Yes.
I, for the first time, heard a chick's voice in this game like one time during a month of probably, well, in fact, I've heard a female voice once during, I'll tell you how many hours, during 450 hours of gameplay.
And was it a real female, do you think, or was it AI?
I believe so, because she sounded like a gamer chick and talking about how much she plays this game. And you never know 100%, but it certainly sounded like a real chick, not a dude pretending to be a chick.
Right. Now that we have technology that will do on the fly voice changing.
They can do that. Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do with that stuff, too.
Yeah. Yeah. But at least in that game, all the models are male. So there is no female model in that game.
That's a big sausage fest.
Battlefield, it's 50%.
Well, that was nice and diverse.
Yeah, nice and diverse and nice and unrealistic. Way to start off your game with a big lack of realism.
A lot of chicks on the battlefield?
Yeah, no. Not anymore. Have you heard of what the U.S. military is doing?
Are you familiar with Pete Hegseth? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you can't pass the test, no bueno.
Uh-huh.
I mean, which makes sense because the Army should be for fighters.
That's right.
Women are better at other things.
Yeah, like cooking.
Wow.
Have you been watching the Women's Olympics on X?
No, I'm not even familiar what the Women's Olympics is.
I am amazed you're not familiar because you're part of the chat group that I've been posting those to.
See, I don't look at the no reporters allowed thing. Ever since somebody kicked Cotton Gin out, I'm like...
Cotton Gin got kicked out for inactivity, dude.
I've never said anything in the group.
You're likely to get kicked out soon as well.
Please boot me out.
Kids, you have 30 days of inactivity automatic kick-out timer.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
Let me out.
Anyway, so in there, I've posted a number of these. These are awesome. You should watch them. They're all sports that are exclusive to women's competitions, like washing dishes, vacuuming.
Wait, don't you have a robot for that?
Yeah. And her name is your wife.
Damn.
And there was one yesterday that popped up that was a Olympic sport called not speaking. America didn't do so well in that one.
I thought we were going to do that. I thought it was like a bit.
No, it's not a bit. It's an actual sport in the Women's Olympics.
Like, how long could you go without speaking? For me, it's like 0 seconds.
Well, these clips are awesome. They're so freaking funny. They look super realistic. They do a very good job with the AI, especially like the first one I saw was the washing dishes one. And I actually believed
that it was
that there's a pretty good chance that this is an actual sport in Japan.
Nice.
Because Japan has some unusual sports things.
Well, they have some very unusual television game shows.
Unusual television competition games like whose pussy is this? It's weird seeing stuff that pops up on Japanese television. Haven't been there a number of times.
Wait, this sounds like something we want to put on the No Agenda stream.
What?
That sounds like a show we'd love.
That show would be particularly good in audio format, but
yeah, you may be right.
Yeah, but Japan does not have hang-ups about sex.
They got hang-ups about a lot of things, but not
sex. Yes, exactly. They have hang-ups about the proper way of accepting a business card, but they go to communal baths that are, all sexes.
Why not? Yeah.
Kind of like a sauna. If you go to a real sauna in Finland, it's a boys and girls together.
It's the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Taylor Swift fans will be happy. Just like Battlefield 6, all of her new merchandise.
Taylor Swift fans hate the other sex.
All the merchandise just dropped. You can get a bomber jacket for $150, a tumbler.
How many of those do you want me to order
for 45? We did get some autographed CDs, but see, I just learned to continue getting accounts for family and friends. And although it was already 2 of them were sold out by the time we got through the 1 hour of waiting time That's how, and their site was crashing. So you know how many people have to be hitting it when Universal Music's site would not allow you to put something in a cart. It would just give you an error. And I'm like, well, everything's just down. And then just kept hammering on it. And then it would finally let it be added to the cart. But that pushed us back far enough. Hour waiting in line. There were 4 different variants. And by the time our checkout came, there were only 2 variants left. But that's okay, because I'll be able to sell those for inflated prices. And
yeah, I'm sure you will.
It's just the way the system works. I can only imagine how much merchandise is going to be sold. Lots of money. She's a pure capitalist, which I love. And I do think that the left is turning on her, as I talked about in Random Thoughts hilarious. As well.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, like, the New York Times and oh no, horrible. It's like, it's because she's a white girl with a white boyfriend who they both seem to be straight. And how dare she?
How dare she?
I know. And he actually bought her a diamond that was worth what most people make in a
blood diamond he bought?
Probably.
Is that what he bought her? A blood
big diamond? I'm sure it is. It's big. It's big. Jimmy Fallon was like, man, I'm being blinded. And
she was on Jimmy Fallon showing off the blood diamond.
Well, and it's interesting because musicians, there's something that you and I would just assume, which is when a musician has a new album and they go on to any of these late night shows, rarely do they even talk to them.
Yeah.
It is just to perform a song or two.
Yeah.
She has not sung on any of these. It's all interview.
That's hilarious.
And Jimmy Fallon, she did the whole show. She did like the whole hour with him. It's like, this is some good time. But it's like, she doesn't sing, which I'm guessing because I'll go buy the product. Why would I sing?
Yeah.
Like, that's going to cost. It's going to cost you more if you want me to sing. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
But the left are pissed because it's like, okay, you got to. And here's the other thing, as I may have mentioned in the other podcast, like, well, Taylor Swift recently again made a comment that she sees herself as a good Christian girl. I looked up Travis Kelce.
Didn't know. Too late, honey. You got off that train about 15 years ago.
Travis Kelce's from a good Christian family, but
had like 80 guys and plowing her.
But you know that they're going to get married in a church. That's going to make the left. It's going to make them so happy. And then they'll have a kid the normal way, how dare you?
Yeah. Yeah.
The left is turning against her.
She's going to lose like 80% of her current fans.
And she doesn't care because she's got $1 billion. So that's
she has their money. What does she need them for?
I mean, I made that. I forget how long ago it was. I'm like, by the time, and I don't remember if I said 40 or 45, she's going to be an out and out conservative. I predicted it. I'm standing by it. And I think it will be partially because of the way the people on the left are going to turn. Because nobody wants to be a part of the group that's turned on you. And she did a song, if you listen to the album, there was a song called Canceled, which people are assuming was about her friend Brittany Mahomes, wife of football legend Mahomes. And if you remember, Brittany was canceled for her support of Donald Trump. And Taylor Swift's now singing, I like my friends canceled. So isn't that really saying, I like my friends to be supporters of Donald Trump?
Yeah. Well, that was, I think, going to bring up some questions as to what the hell that song means for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing without trying to go. I mean, I haven't looked up lyrics. I haven't looked at what other people are saying, but that was the only thing that hit me. I'm like, I don't know anybody else that in her world that has been canceled in any way, except Brittany Mahomes for the Donald Trump thing. So it's questionable. Very questionable. But I'm glad you like the album. It's a nice poppy number. Everybody should listen to it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's I figured, I listened to the first song that has the video, and then I started listening to the other ones, and a lot of them don't have videos.
Not yet. They will.
Not real videos anyway.
But the Ophelia song, see, that explained to me the album cover, because the album cover is not that pretty. She's like underwater partially. And I'm like, oh, it's Shakespearean. Now I get it. She's a nerd. She's a Shakespeare
I don't know
nerd.
about a nerd. She's a book chick. That was pretty obvious.
Wasn't that a nerd by today's standards? Somebody that dares read a book?
I don't accept nerd being used for non-technical things.
Oh, I see. So, I mean, reading The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Just 'cause you read women's romances doesn't make you a fucking nerd.
I didn't know that was in the nerd category.
Oh, it is. Believe me. We had a meeting.
She's like, if you're sitting there and you want and then her bosom heaved as he took his sword from its sheath. You're like, nerd. I didn't know. I missed the meeting. I'm sorry. You should let me know in the no reporters allowed.
Well, I do, and you clearly don't bother reading it.
We did have, we have a few people to thank for today's show.
Oh,
so,
really? Wow.
I mean, we missed a week. So that's usually when our support is the best, when we don't do a show.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I love Unrelenting.
Uh-huh.
When they don't do a show. We'll send money. I don't know if the people that were sending money were like thinking the more you send, the less shows we'll do. I mean, we can work.
That sounds about right.
We can work within those constraints. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
But Weenie Wawa came in with his $10.80. That's monthly. So thank you, Weenie Wawa. Our buddy Mark Kodra came in with $3.33 3 times. So that's $9.99.
$9.99. That's pretty good.
Says, for Unrelenting, love the show. I think he might be confused and think this is a different show, but we appreciate you, Mark. Thank you. He was the only one you heard on Random Thoughts. He was the guy, the only one that sent in anything, $3.33. That was it. It was his show. If the show sucked, all Mark Kodra's fault. Kevin Seifert came in with $5. Thank you. As did Scott Gorman. Thank you. And then, of course, via the interwebs, via the podcasting 2.0, via the lightning, $3.33, which is 2727 Satoshis from Comic Strip Blogger. And he already warned me to let you answer this question, even though I answered it for him already. Howdy, Gene and Darren. Here's $3.33 for your hard work. Question for Gene. Why are you drinking iced tea if you have gout caused by uric acid? Why not dump tea altogether? Please elaborate. And then he has Yo CSB Trading, www.trading.toys.
I don't know. What have you been reading, CSB? Tea has never been linked to gout in my experience. And the gout that I have that will pop up and happen usually about once every 3 years. So it's not a constant thing. Although I will say my last 2 bouts of gout were all within 1 year of each other. But historically, going back years and years and years, it'd be like once every 3 or 4 year occurrence.
And I looked it up and it said the only thing connected to gout would be sweetened tea, which I believe you're unsweetened.
No, it's obviously unsweetened, yeah.
So that you don't have any problems with. It's not like there's acid in it.
Tea is quite good for you. I mean, it's certainly better than coffee. It does have a little bit of caffeine, but mostly it has a number of different antioxidant properties that.
Yes, where actually there was something like the antioxidants in tea help was liver or kidneys with filtering things out. So they actually thought it might be beneficial for people with gout.
Well, I don't know if I would go that far, but certainly tea doesn't. It's been a drink consumed by people for thousands of years. And even if it has no beneficial properties, it doesn't seem to have any negative ones.
Got some caffeine in it.
Yeah, a little bit of caffeine, not a huge amount.
I didn't realize Big Red Soda had caffeine in it, but I bought 12 bottles because I saw that they had the glass bottles.
Trying to get caffeine or trying to not get caffeine?
It didn't matter. I just didn't know that it had caffeine in it because it's a cream soda, which I always thought those overall were not caffeinated. But I've loved Big Red ever since I was a kid. I remember finding it when we were in beautiful French Lick Springs, Indiana, home of Larry Bird, back in the 70s. And there was a putt-putt golf course right across the street from the hotel, and you'd go play putt-putt. and they had a little drink machine, and it was a Big Red machine. And I'm like, I don't know what Big Red is. I'd never seen that. Bought one of those, got hooked, and used to go down there with the folks, of course, because I was like 7, and bring home a few cases. And now you can get Big Red around here, but not in our grocery store, so I really don't get it much. But
Doesn't Big Red have like 90% more sugar than other soda?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know if they've ever said they do or they don't. They might. I love the taste. It's crazy. It tastes red. But they had in the glass bottles with the pure cane sugar. I don't know if they're still made. They used to be down in Texas somewhere that they were made. They were part of I think Dr. Pepper down there. There was a bottle or somebody that was bottling Dr. Pepper Waco, Texas, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that you could buy it online from Cracker Barrel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they shipped it out of Laverne, Tennessee. So it was a case of 12. They all came unbroken, which I was happy that these things are actually packaged well. Sent UPS. So it was like $42 for 12 sodas, which is a little more than I would normally spend. But I was glad to get a case in and try it. It was excellent. I mean, just better than the stuff in a can. But then again, I think it's more of a mental thing, like when I would buy the Coca-Cola, the Mexican Coke with pure cane sugar. There's just something that tastes a little bit crisper.
Coke tastes a lot better. And for those of us of our age, it tastes a lot more like Coke used to taste like.
Right. Before the cane syrup, the high fructose corn syrup, rather, came into being a thing. So I was, again, will I order this every week? No, that's a lot for soda. But, maybe once a month I'll order a 12-pack up. That's about what you should drink anyway. About a Big Red every 3 days, I think is about right. Get your sugar levels up. So if you want to donate towards that,
but okay,
just go to unrelenting.com. I'm sorry, unrelenting.show/donate. I wish we had unrelenting.com.
Yeah, why didn't you get that?
Somebody else had it, those bastards, and I don't think they were using it. I hate people who have domains and they don't use them.
Yeah, that's always a shitty thing.
They're just holding on to them.
Yeah.
Like it's ever going to do something for them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Mexican Coke, and you should love some American Big Red. Glass. I had no idea that Cracker Barrel was actually a entity that would ship things. And it looks like they have mainly all this stuff. If you ever gone into a Cracker Barrel, then that's the kind of stuff that they would have there. And I'm guessing maybe they have the sodas locally. I just have never checked I guess I'll have to go in and eat at Cracker Barrel. It'll be like the first time in a decade.
Yeah, it's been probably at least a decade for me as well.
Because it was only mainly, and it's interesting because we used to, when we drove down to Florida a few times, you would stop at Cracker Barrel and it was great. But it was one of those things where if you weren't on a road trip, even though we have a Cracker Barrel 15 minutes away, you're like, it just seems like road trip kind of food. I don't know why. They got some good breakfast. You remember get a good ham steak with some of their cheesy grits. Cheesy grits were so good. Ham steak, yeah.
Really?
Cheesy grits.
Cheesy grits are always good.
Biscuits.
Who doesn't like cheesy grits?
I know.
I don't know how you could eat grits without the cheese.
Yes.
I guess you could do sweet grits with raisins.
True, which not as good. The cheese is kind of what sells it.
Yeah, I've always liked it with cheese. Absolutely.
But just plain grits, you're like, ugh. You had some cheese. Now you got a party.
Yeah.
Which may explain why we need to do more exercising.
Yeah, right? I went to the doctor yesterday. 2 days ago. Not yesterday, 2 days ago.
And he's like, Gene, we got to talk.
Yeah, we got to get you to lose some weight. Maybe get a little more active than you are.
And you're like, but I've got Battlefield 6 coming up.
I mean, I'm going to be running thousands of miles in that game. You're not going to believe how much I'm going to be running there.
It's a mental toll. You don't understand.
The brain is the organ that burns the most calories of any organ.
Is that true? I did not know that.
For a sedentary lifestyle? Hell yeah.
Well, yeah, if you don't move. Well, then, of course, your brain's the only thing firing.
Your brain uses about 1,000 calories a day.
So that's
but obviously athletes will burn way more than 2 or 3 or I mean, people will burn 5,000 calories a day if you're doing a high regimen athletic activity, and then you
even
eat
more.
That many as well.
Yeah, even more. And our buddy CSB is confused by what unsweetened means. He sent in another.
It means no sugar.
Yes. He's like, Gene is drinking unsweetened iced tea means with artificial sweeteners? ? What sweeteners? No sweetener.
Yeah, there actually is an artificial sweetener in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? What kind of, what do you got?
It's good. It is, which one do they use?
Well, then it's not technically unsweetened. It's sugar-free, but not unsweetened then.
Yeah. It's sugar-free, but yeah.
See, I've gotten used to.
If I get iced tea at a restaurant, I get unsweetened and then put the fake sugar in there.
See, I get unsweetened and then put nothing in there because I've gotten used to it.
Yeah, you could do that, but it's sweeter with the fake sugar.
Well, of course, it's sweeter with the fake sugar. That's what the fake sugar does.
That's amazing.
But I like just taking a few tea bags.
There's aspartame in it.
Ooh, see, aspartame I don't do because it has a weird aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the stevia.
I can tell you what'll fix that aftertaste.
Cocaine.
MSG.
MSG, I'll take it right out. Just mix it in. It'll be perfect.
I do. I love MSG. It tastes great.
I prefer
little monosodium glutamate. It's all you need.
You got to find a new go-to black tea since the PG Tips was bought out and the new shit is not as good as the old shit.
What? Drink the one I've been drinking forever. It's the one that I use for homemade tea, which I've told you about.
Yeah, the gold. Was it?
Well, you could do It's the Yorkshire tea.
Right, the gold.
You could do either the gold or the red. I actually like the red.
I'll have to see if Amazon sells it in bulk.
But a lot of people, Amazon does sell it. I get mine imported from Saudi Arabia.
Oh, well, that would be the best place to get British tea.
I've got a guy there. Yeah.
Well, they are British, right? I mean, so they're just...
It's funny because the tea is actually grown in North Africa. And then it's shipped to Saudi Arabia for processing. And then it's shipped to the UK for sale. But mine comes direct.
Pretty much every day, the wife drinks the unsweetened stuff. So we have a pitcher in the fridge at the end of the day, usually just refilling the pitcher, putting in new and letting it sit overnight. And what I found with a good quality tea bag, you don't need anything else. But if you want a little flavor, there are companies out. We've been using the one from our local Meijer store. They have a Frederick's brand and they have it's herbal teas, but they have like watermelon mint, raspberry, whatever. Throwing one of those in to the pitcher with the normal black tea makes for a perfectly flavored iced tea beverage that I don't really need the sweetener for. Although it took some time with the wife too, because she was always putting in sweetener, like the little Mio things with the sweetener and the flavoring. You have to wean yourself off the sweet taste. Which I have to do with coffee again, because for a while I was doing the coffee black, but I am so addicted to the Snickers creamer, and I'm like, oh, it's only like 25 calories.
Snickers creamer
for coffee, man. Net hooked me up with it, or did I hook him up? It's one of those. I'm like, it's so good. It is so good. It's like a Snickers coffee in your mouth.
I mean, I know what Snickers tastes like, and I know what coffee tastes like. I don't drink coffee anymore, and I haven't eaten Snickers for a damn long time because I'm, diabetic. But
we just said, wait, when was the last time you had some coffee ice cream from Haagen-Dazs?
Okay, shut up. Shut up. That doesn't count.
That's on the cheat sheet. That's
die if you don't eat that. That's just a basic life necessity.
It is better than sex. I mean... Haagen-Dazs, where is our sponsorship?
Oh man, Haagen-Dazs, yeah. No, it's good stuff. I do occasionally partake of the old Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream.
Well, I found when they go on sale, and I don't even know what is it, 3 ounce. That's like the little mini. We talked about that with the little plastic spoon.
Mm-hmm.
They go on sale at the grocery store every now and then for $1 a piece. And I'm like, this is the perfect way.
Yeah, it is. Because it's like basically it's less than even one scoop. It's like 2/3 of a scoop of ice cream.
It's just enough.
It's enough that you're not going to feel like you really overdid it with the ice cream. Because it's really easy to eat the whole 16-ounce thing.
I know. Yes. It's like, well, why wouldn't you?
Really easy.
It's small.
You're
You
like,
look at
I just started eating. Because the shape of the container is deceptive.
it's bigger at the top, just like a pint glass.
So you basically, you feel like I only ate like the top inch. Well, that's half.
Yes.
Half of it is in the top inch.
You're screwed.
Uh-huh.
And you have to use the little plastic spoon that comes with it because then it lasts longer.
It does. And I have a fond memory of those in general because when I was a little kid, my grandma used to buy me those when we would go for a walk and we'd stop in at a drugstore and they had the Haagen-Dazs single serving little thing with the plastic. Back then, they weren't plastic spoons. They were little wooden things that looked like tongue depressors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I remember those.
And they were the same thing. They were like inside the cap.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Now they just build them right in and make them a bad plastic.
Part of the plastic cap.
And then they never want to rip out correctly, so there's sharp edges that you have to.
They're always sharp edged, yes.
You're afraid you're going to be bleeding by the time you're done with your ice cream. You're like, well worth it. Well worth it.
Like I can remember the taste of Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream on a wooden spoon, which adds a little bit of flavor as well.
Were you drinking the coffee ice cream at like 8 years old? Was that the...
I was eating the coffee ice cream at 8 years old. But I started, I was drinking coffee from probably 9 or 10.
Oh, Russian. I forgot. I mean, I probably didn't start till I was 16.
I've been drinking tea since I was 1 year old.
Well, everybody does tea, but it's like coffee.
Yeah, and I like the taste of coffee. I always enjoyed coffee, and I had never had any issues with it until very recently. I started getting headaches from it, but
from the caffeine or from something else in the
I don't know, but it was coffee. I would drink coffee one day and it'd be fine, and then I'd drink coffee the next day and I would get a headache.
And they're like, Gene, your blood pressure is 220 over.
Something like that, yeah. Which reminds me, so
you went to the doctor?
Went to the doctor, had the blood pressure checked like they always do, right? So the blood pressure was 80 over 130.
You mean 130 over 80?
Or 130 over 80.
The other way, you might be dead.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but, I was like, that's surprisingly good. Because I think the last few times I went in, it was higher than that.
So you're feeling good.
And when I check it at home, like, it's all over the place. It could be, 160 over 90, or it could be 120 over 70.
So it was in a good range.
I mean, I don't know. I take enough drugs for it, so it better be.
And supplements.
Yeah, all that stuff.
The Glitzy Tumbler Taylor Swift already sold out.
Oh, no.
It's horrible. People will be flipping them on eBay.
You're going to miss having a glitzy tumbler, man. I can't believe
No, they'll be back. I mean, this is... there's some of the shirts are already out of stock. It's like you just did a merchandise drop literally 25 minutes ago, and some of it has sold out. This is for everybody that's like, oh no, Taylor, she's not good. She's not. Oh no, she's on the way down. Well, she's making a lot of money while she goes out.
Mm-hmm.
I need a billionaire wife.
Right?
Uh-huh.
That would solve so many problems.
Gene's like,
you imagine how many problems that would solve.
He's like, I would have multiple 5090s.
Uh-huh.
I would have like 8 of them in sequence. Can you still run those in sequence or whatever I
think so. Yeah.
You could harness the power for the ultimate. You'd have one of those 165-inch TVs being fed by like 8 5090s. The ultimate gaming setup. Low latency, super immersive. So you got to the blood pressure. Now, do they find that? You're like, blood pressure is great. And then the doctor's like, hey, Gene, there's good news and bad news. You're like, yeah, your blood pressure is great. Yes. Hey, but you got blood cancer. What?
Yeah, that would not be good.
No, it is not.
Mm-hmm.
It is not good at all. So they didn't find anything wrong with you? I mean, physically.
Something to lose weight.
That is the usual doctor thing.
Yeah. Also told me I should start going to a cardiologist once a year.
Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, overweight and getting older. Yeah, I'd say that's not a bad idea.
But you're also tracking a certain amount of that yourself.
Yeah.
Knowing the heart rhythm, as I would know when the rhythm is not right, it is apparent. And it still blows my mind that I know a few people that have AFib, mainly older, and they don't know. They can't tell. It's like I feel if the heart beats off, I know I can feel it. It feels the fluttering sensation, but I guess for a lot of people, you don't know. So you need to follow that. And I need to make an appointment with the cardiologist as well, because just in the odds of I made the same exact appointment date in close enough time for the cardiologist as I did for my retina guy a couple of weeks ago. So I pushed the cardiologist off, but I still don't know if I might change cardiologist. And here's the thing. This dude is not as good as the last dude who never pushed me towards the ablation.
And the last dude retired.
He did. So this is the guy that took over for him.
Or died.
Yeah, he left. He was good. He was 70, but I was like, dude, you're 70? I thought the guy was maybe 60. So he, bald Greek dude. So you did. Oh
yeah, the bald Greek dudes are always good.
You're always like, I couldn't tell you how old you were if I had to guess. But his whole thing was, well, you're having the premature contractions. You're not in AFib, where this guy's like, AFib. So I went in for the last checkup, which was after I was in the hospital briefly. And the nurse practitioner's like, well, of course we're suggesting the ablation. And I'm like, well, let me, think about that. Now, another thing that pissed me off, and you let me know if this would piss you off. When I talked to the nurse practitioner, so I was in the hospital. This was when I'm like, dude, the last time this happened, I had a sinus infection and I didn't realize it for like 6 months, but I was getting this for that length. And I'm like, the minute I started on an antibiotic, it cleared up. And nobody in the fucking hospital would give me an antibiotic. So I left. They let me out.
Yeah.
The wife's surgery was the next day. So I went through that, was still having the PACs. The next day I called my doctor, who was like, yeah, all right. And they gave me because I'm like, I think I have a sinus infection. My main complaint is going to be an odd one. And they're like, well, we can try it. And so they gave me the antibiotic. And again, after taking like one pill, the PAC stopped and have not come back since. We'll knock on wood for that, since it's been months and months and months. But when I went in to see the nurse practitioner for the cardiologist, I let her know. I'm like, both the last time this happened, here's what happened. Here's what I took. The dentist gave me an antibiotic. It cleared up. I'm like, this time, again, I had this for only a matter of 3 or 4 days, but it was bad enough because the heart raced that I wound up in the hospital. But my doctor gave me an antibiotic and it cleared up. And I went to read, as one would, on the portal, the post visit. And the fucking bitch wrote this down as, patient says he was having, the arrhythmia or the PACs while taking an antibiotic. And I'm like, you are not
They'll never give you an antibiotic again.
I'm like, you are not fucking listening to what I am telling you. And that for me is no go. And I would have already changed, except for the fact that the last time I was in the ER, the doctor that came in to see me was the guy I see. So if I go into the ER again, if I switch doctors, this other guy's probably still going to be in there anyway, which is, I guess, neither here nor there. But I guess maybe I just need to sit and have a chat with him before changing. But it kind of makes me go, I don't know if I want to deal with you And why did the last guy who saw me for years not push the ablation, and now all of a sudden you're ablation, even though, taking an antibiotic cleared this up again for 6 or 7 months? Why, why am I getting surgery? And my thought would be that even if I get an ablation, if I get an infection, I'm like, I'm not really guaranteed that I'm not going to have the problem anyway. I mean, I know the side effects and the downsides of the ablation, very low. It seems to be a very safe thing, except for the fact that they're burning nerve endings on your heart.
Yeah.
But there doesn't seem to be any like, wow, if you do that, this is going to happen and it's bad. There's very, very rare to see anything that there's a problem with that. But when I talk to my normal GP, who's new also, because the other guy had to retire, he's like, well, why would you rush into an ablation? I'm like, well, that was my question. He's like, if taking an antibiotic right now, as odd as that may be, if that is solving the problem, why would you do surgery? I'm like, that's a good question. Maybe C. Brooklyn's like, he just needs a new wing on his house. Maybe it is. Surgery. It gets you paid more. You get to charge the insurance more. But I just know from having similar issues since the time I was 7 years old, which cleared up by the time I was 16. I also wonder, like, well, when did I take my first antibiotics? Did I have an infection that nobody knew about, which was causing?
When you were a kid?
Uh-huh. When I was a kid, that I wound up in the hospital when I was 7 years old with an arrhythmia, very similar, I'm guessing, because it wasn't full, AFib or anything. It was just what they would call the heart was, skipping a beat, which is kind of what it is when you have the PACs. Because, of course, this is also going back into 1977 when, that was still the dark ages on some of the medical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they had me on a liquid digitalis, which I guess is like the real digitalis is like hardcore shit. And a drug called quinidine. That was what I was on. But by the time I hit like 15 or 16, was taken off the drugs, everything had cleared up and didn't have problems until, fairly recently. But that was, after surgery where I went into AFib, which I know that happens for various reasons. So I'm, would question, like, was this the same kind of a thing when I was a kid that was then cleared up if it was an infection or something causing the heart to misfire or have the extra beat? It's like you need the cardiologist that's not just going to treat you like, well, the book says this. And when you have your nurse practitioner totally write down what I told her incorrectly, man, I lose a lot of faith.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like like that.
Like they ask you, do you smoke?
Right.
Like, nope, I've never smoked.
Chronic smoker.
And then they write down, stopped smoking.
Right. Chronic smoker. Oh, I didn't know you meant weed.
Yeah.
You got to be way more specific.
That's funny. They don't ask that, do they?
No, I don't think so.
They only ask about tobacco.
Or what drugs you're on. I guess they think you're gonna. And I one day wanted to see exactly what I was taking. So I went through with all my medication, which isn't that much, and put that down on the list. But then I went through the supplements, and I also went through like what's in the supplements. Like, okay, so I'm taking the A-Reds eye vitamin. But then I also broke that down. Well, in the A-Reds vitamin is lutein, zeaxanthin, zinc, and whatever else is in there. And I was still taking a daily multivitamin, which I've stopped because I'm like, I think that's all bullshit. But everything that was in there, and then I'm like, well, I'm taking the magnesium, taking this and that. So I had a list, which was like 2 pages printed out, showing exactly what I was consuming. And it's like, it made it a lot easier for every medical doctor that's like, oh, well, what medications are you on? It's just like, here. Way easier than trying to list them. It's like a game show. Like if Gene, what medications have you taken this week? Go. You're going to miss something.
Yeah, of course. And then when they go through the list of doctors and you're like, yes, you realize how long the list is.
Well, then they start getting to stuff that they gave you when you were in the hospital at the age of 6 for stubbing your toe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, not taking that anymore. That stopped.
Right.
That stopped 40 years ago. But okay, you're close.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm intrigued by all the medical stuff, like the arrhythmia stopping taking an antibiotic. It's like, I don't know. And with AI, maybe I can do much more research on this to try to get the proper prompt to see if there's been any medical studies. Because I've always heard, well, if you have, especially with dental infections and that it can affect your heart and things travel from one to the other. So it would kind of seem to make sense. But the doctors all seem to want to just deal with the end result rather than what's causing it. And that's not just for this. It seems that for most things, it's like, well, we don't know why, but we're going to just treat the symptom. It's like, well, don't you want to track down what's causing that? Rather than I'm giving you drugs for the heart arrhythmia. I don't know if I should still even be on. I mean, I guess it's a preventative measure, the low dose that I'm on.
Yeah.
But being on things like the flecainide, which is a, big bad drug, according to everything. It's like, should I really be taking that if it's only happening when I have some kind of infection? It seems like maybe you shouldn't be taking that, but nobody ever discusses that. So again, I'm just kind of talking myself into probably at least going to see a different cardiologist and be like, what do you think?
I think that's a no-brainer.
It's like, what do you think? Here is the mysterious course of events that have led us here. What is your take on it? And there's nothing wrong with doctor shopping. And again, if this guy wasn't the one that I felt is going to show up, if I show up in the hospital again, he's going to be there. It's like, that's the only thing that I'm like, oh, I don't know if he's a bad doctor. It's just maybe his office sucks. Maybe his nurse practitioner sucks, but that's part of your service. So I guess we will see. Have you gotten Battlefield 16 running yet? Or 6?
It's running. Yeah, I mean, it's running, but I'm not going to start it until we're done. But yeah, it's, I've been also skimming X here.
Whoa, my God, why would you do that?
Well, because I clearly don't get enough anti-Semitism in my life. So.
Well, isn't that social media as a whole?
Well, but I only go to the X portion of social media. But what really I love the most is the roughly 1.2 million posts that all say, isn't it funny how you can joke about anything and point to problems with any other country, but you can't point to anything that you don't like about Israel. Literally, the entirety of X is bitching about Israel. There are no other topics. There are no bad politicians in the U.S. anymore. There is nothing about the war in Ukraine anymore. It is 100% pointing at things that they dislike about Israel. That's the entirety of X content right now. So I think at this point, X has jumped the shark and taken over the number one spot from the social media that used to have it, which was, what the hell were they called?
Blue Sky?
No. The guys that got kicked off of every platform a while ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the ones.
The ones that Candace's husband...
Not Truth
dad,
Social.
What?
Not Truth Social, that's Trump's.
No, not Truth. The other one.
The other one. Gab.
Yeah. Gab, which Candace's husband, I guess, ran for a while.
You want to talk jumping the shark? Man, that chick.
Oh, Candace?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. I think she's always been a grifter. I think this was a
just an outing moment.
A chick that had, well, I still remember her debate with Blair White. That was like 10 years ago, where it was basically like a cat fight. It's hilarious. because Candace kept pointing out that Blair was not a real woman when Blair was saying transsexuals are not real women. I mean, Candace is like, her whole history is basically latching onto some cause to make a big stink in it, and really only doing it for growing her eyeballs, her views.
Well, yeah. Which is,
I don't know why she got hired by so many people too. I mean, she was working for Dennis Prager, then she was working for Ben over at Daily Wire.
And wasn't she doing something with Beck, or was that?
Well, she was very
she was all over.
Then.
Now, I understand she fell into the perfect demographic briefly when people were like, "Oh, young black female, kind of conservative." Whoa, yes,
yeah, exactly. Then everyone was promoting her.
And then it's like we have to, of course, take her voice and raise it to the top without really understanding.
I think a lot of mistakes were made over the years in trying to go, oh my gosh, here's a woman who's actually saying things that aren't stupid. Let's stick her in front of a camera. Those were mistakes.
Well, it is trying to fill a position based upon demographics rather than.
Yeah, exactly. It's demographic based promotion. She really is a poster child for that, for affirmative action. She is the affirmative action conservative black lady.
And I'm not sure if she's doing it intentionally or not. My guess would be yes, which is she wants to be in the middle of the conversation no matter what side she has to take.
Yeah.
To put her there.
No one's ever heard or seen her with Charlie Kirk. Now she's his best friend and he's appearing to her in dreams and
well, he messaged her
about the Jews wanting to kill him.
Right. That was her. Yeah. Everybody knows they were going to bring me on board and they were getting rid of the Jews. Oh, yeah. I'm like, it's conspiracy theory 101. I said, I watch Zero. And I saw a video of her like, oh, I have a dead man switch. I sent all this information to like 18 different people, man. If something happens to me, I told them, release it all. It's like, well, why don't you fucking release it all?
Yeah.
What are you then? Are you telling us you're
and her dead man switch is guys like Andrew Tate,
right?
Like
Gene, whatever your last name is.
Yeah, whatever my last name is. Yeah, exactly.
It's like this is who you're relying. And so we all just really reliable people that you've got in your. I know she really pissed off Michael Savage. We had a clip on Planet Rage.
Oh, that's not surprising.
It was a beautiful profanity-laced tirade from him, which I was...
better not put that on the No Agenda stream. Complaints.
No, I mean, Voight said that's okay. He just didn't want the descriptions of what makes you a homosexual. I mean, that's only the kind of thing you'll find on Just Two Good Old Boys.
Gay old boy.
Featuring Gene and Ben. Where Ben's obviously the beta, right? Obviously. He's listening. He's not donating, though, so I'm going to give him a hard time.
That's true. He does listen to this show, but he hasn't donated in a while.
I mean, this is a beautiful show. I don't know why anybody wouldn't like it. We do it almost every Friday. How is your air conditioning situation?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I forgot to mention that, which is probably a good sign, right? Because I didn't bitch about it right off.
Right, it didn't break immediately.
It did get resolved. It got fixed on Tuesday. They got the part in Monday. They came out on Tuesday to install it as a fan motor. So that is fixed.
So you didn't need like a full new compressor or anything?
No, and that's why I was so surprised that it took so damn long to backorder this stupid thing, because it seems like it's not that uncommon a part.
You're like, it's a fucking blower motor.
Yeah.
Ours went out, and it was, of course, similar. And here in Chicago, it's a little different because we normally don't have the kind of days you have in Texas. But I remember when the blower motor went out, it was like 98 degrees in Chicago.
Yeah.
And it was brutal. I remember I was just like getting up. I was barely sleeping. getting up like every 2 hours and just taking as cold of a shower as I could just to try to bring my body temperature down. Really, we should have just gone to a hotel because it was that miserable.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you deal with the little lizard type creatures and
snakes?
Yeah, they just go with
in the house.
They just go with the
Or
flow.
The lizards outside.
Maybe both. The lizard, the lizard, like we ain't going in there. It's hot in there.
No, their lizards are fine living outdoors. They all. I mean, I got geckos. A lot of geckos around here. I don't think there's anything bigger than that for lizards outside. But no, snakes just kind of slept through it. I don't know that they were necessarily happy about having that much heat without being able to go to a cooler place. But they just didn't really do a whole lot. They just slept. Although one of them did. I fed him, so he ate during the heat, which is probably good because usually after eating, they go to sit on top of the warmer. So
you give them a nice frozen bunny for a snack.
This one actually just ate a rat, but yeah, the other ones do probably tomorrow. I'm going to feed him a rabbit.
You want to talk about bragging? Ned says I replaced my own blower motor last year. Well, Gene is not.
You did a self blowage, did you?
Hey, if nobody else is blowing you,
I guess you'll just do it yourself.
Gene's got guys to blow him. I don't know. It's a whole different thing. There's parts. And how much did it cost you to get your, was it like premier pricing because it's so hot? They're like, everybody wants service right now.
No, I think it's like $300.
That ain't bad. You must have a good blower guy.
I don't know. I mean, not very fast, that's for sure.
They're just like, we don't have the part.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, but it's 98 degrees. And they're like,
yeah. Well, and I did have a couple of friends that have been in the AC business say that's ridiculous because, you know, one of them said he always used to drive around with a spare one in his truck because that the part was so commonly needing replacing that he always would have one with him at every appointment.
But everything's computerized now, which might fuck things up too.
Yeah. It's almost like they just put the order in from China when they realized I needed one.
Right. Well, it's on the boat.
It's direct ship. Yeah.
It left Zhuangzhang and it'll be here depending if it can get into the port on time.
Yeah, exactly. Frickin' weak.
Uh-huh. Well, so, but you did get a little portable unit. Did you get an LG?
I did.
Which one did you get?
I don't know.
They're loud.
From Amazon.
They are freaking loud, but they work.
No, not loud at all. Very
really?
Quiet. Yeah, very quiet. Controlled by the smartphone.
Oh, well, there you go.
Worked really good. I was surprised at how cold it got the.
You got
room.
the bedroom
now,
down into the 70s.
The room, really, but you know,
probably got about if it should do a bedroom.
Yeah.
Vent it right out the window.
Yeah, pretty much.
To get it down into the 70s at least for you.
Oh yeah, like 73.
Nice. That's doable.
And the exhaust pipe was at 110 degrees.
Is it a single hose or dual hose?
Single hose.
Yeah, that's what I've got. People always like dual hose is better. It's like, yeah.
Why?
It is to do with the air pressure in the room. It was best.
That makes no sense.
Well, it was best explained by Black Dame Loca of the Texas Hot Glass down there in Texas. And she said they had a little shed or something that they put one of these into. And when you use a single hose, the air is leaving out your window. So, of course, it has to be filled by something. And because the shed was not very well, insulated or built, all the heat was being sucked back in. Where the dual hose ones keeps the room equilibrium. So it is putting the cold air in, but the hot air is not being sucked in again. So basically, yours, if you went over to the door when it was closed of your bedroom, you would probably feel warm air being sucked in when the air conditioner was running under the door.
Yeah, but that makes no sense because if you have two hoses, what does she think the second hose is doing?
One is intake and one is X.
Intake for what?
It's intaking the air from the outside.
To do what with?
I think it mixes it in, which I always like, well, why would you do that? It's hotter outside then.
Exactly.
But look it up. I looked it up. I was physics and everything. It made sense once I read it.
Well, I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense to me, because if you're going to use the hot air to provide air for the exhaust, then that doesn't work, because your heat coefficient is not very high there, because you're basically trying to heat up hot air. You're not going to be able to put a whole lot of BTUs into the hot air that you're exhausting.
I
the
know.
cooler the air is that you're going to put, that you're going to make hot, the more heat it can hold. And you're certainly not going to use the outside air for providing the cold air in the room.
It doesn't make sense.
You'd have to cool it a lot more. So it makes no sense.
And that was exactly the way I thought
Yeah.
And I still do, because I don't understand it. I asked Perplexity. A dual hose portable AC is better than a one hose because it cools the rooms faster and more efficiently by using one hose to pull in outside air to cool the compressor and the other to exhaust hot air outside. It prevents negative air pressure.
Compressor with hot air.
I don't understand it, but that's what it says.
That's a bad answer, dude.
It prevents negative air pressure inside the room. That's the
that is absurdly stupid, because all you're doing is you're pulling in hot air in order to not pull in hot air.
Yes. Isn't it great? But if they're using that to cool the compressor, then all of the air that's being pulled from your room
only makes sense if the
cool.
Outdoor air is actually cold. If the outdoor air is cold, then pulling in that cold air from the outside in order to use then to pass through the compressor and have the hot air come out would make sense. But when the air outside is 110 and the air you're pumping out with heat is 110, you're not going to be putting any heat into that air. So all you're doing with a dual hose system, it seems, is reducing efficiency.
That would also be what my logical brain tells me. And I don't understand the whole thing. But
there's got to be something that we're both missing here, or it's just stupid.
It is to do with the negative air pressure. That much I get, but I don't understand how you're cooling the compressor. I mean, the air from outside is still going to be hot. It's I had a brain lock on this for years, and I still do, even after reading it and kind of understanding it. I'm still like, but no, that doesn't make any sense. It's kind of like, oh, you took an antibiotic and your heart stopped having an arrhythmia. It's like, I don't understand why.
Yeah, I think this article was written by an idiot.
Well, aren't most of them on the internet?
The home and kitchen editor wrote this article about technology.
Well, read more.
Okay. All right.
Do more research, and we can talk about it again next week. Because I'm with you.
Literally from the first sentence.
I am with you.
Dual hose units use one hose to draw in outdoor air to cool the condenser. Yeah. The outdoor air is hotter than the temperature of the condenser.
But you got to cool it
with hot air.
I'm with you. I still don't understand it.
This is clearly written by somebody that's never lived in the hot climate.
But it's not just
or
Forbes.
Doesn't understand how air conditioning works.
It makes my brain hurt too. I'm totally with you. I argued exactly what you're arguing. All logic points you to, no, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
But for some reason, people say it makes sense. I don't know.
It's called marketing. That's the one word answer that you're looking for.
Where are our HVAC experts? Let us know by sending us an email, or just do it on X. Let us know on X. Gene is Sir Gene TX, and I'm Darren O'Neill. And we will once again be unrelenting next week unless Battlefield 18 comes out. And that's where the end of the thing goes. Then you got the,
all right,
and then if we were listening to the rock and roll pre-show, we'd have this.
Hello, my name is Taylor. You are listening to the Rock and Roll Pre-Show with Darren O on the Mighty No Agenda stream. Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah, if you have to say my name is, then obviously it's not a very good emulation.
But she always says her name is Taylor. It's kind of like if you ever listen.
Really? You're kidding.
It's kind of like, my name is Johnny Cash. Listen to a rock and roll radio station. It's always like, hey, this is David Lee Roth. You are listening to. That's the way they do it. And you do the air check.
Yeah.
They got to get their name in there. Podfather, maybe you could do one for us. Be like, hey, this is Adam Curry. You're listening to Unrelenting on the Mighty
I got
No Agenda stream.
The one that's from the same company as the number one rated in that article, but I got the single hose.
You're getting hosed, Gene. If you stay on the Mighty No Agenda stream.
This is funny. So the one unit that won their little challenge, the dual hose one, right? You go to that on Amazon, and then you scroll down and it says, oh, there's a newer model. And you click on the newer model.
It's a one hose?
It's the one that I bought with one hose, yeah.
So you're getting hosed good.
I'm getting the right amount of hose. All the hose that you need, I'm getting that.
I know that wasn't in the actual show, but that's going to be the ISO.